All right, so get ready, because today we're doing a deep dive on the early warning signs of colon cancer.
It's vital that we all understand this.
It really is, and it's kind of like we're prepping for a case, you know? But instead of solving a mystery, we're going to equip you with the knowledge to potentially save a life.
And that life could even be your own.
Exactly. So to give ourselves the intel we need, we're going to be analyzing this YouTube video.
Okay.
It's from Respiratory Therapy Zone, and it breaks down the top 10 early warning signs.
All right.
We're going to sort through all the evidence and give you the information you need to act fast.
You can think of it like a checklist.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, a checklist for your gut health. Just these little clues that could be something more.
I love that analogy. Okay, so the first one we're going to look for is blood in your stool.
No.
And before you freak out, it's not always a reason to panic.
Right.
It could be bright red. It can be a darker maroon. Any change in color at all.
Think of your stool like a message from your gut. Like any change in color could be a signal that you need to investigate.
That makes sense.
It could be something simple like hemorrhoids, but it's always best to get it checked out by your doctor.
Yeah, better safe than sorry.
Oh,
right.
sure.
So speaking of those subtle signs, number 2 on the list is changes in your bowel habits.
Okay.
And I'm not just talking about how often you're going, but even the consistency or like that feeling of incomplete evacuation, even just the thickness of your stool.
It's fascinating how even small changes in your bathroom routine can be important.
Yeah.
Of course, it could be something you ate, stress, or a mild stomach bug, but
Right.
if it persists, especially if it's combined with other signs on this list, you might want to bring it up with your doctor.
It's like our bodies are trying to tell us something,
Yeah.
but we're not really fluent in the language, you know?
Exactly. And that brings us to our third clue, which is anemia.
Okay.
And this one can be sneaky
Oh, no.
because anemia can be a sign of internal bleeding. And sometimes you might not even realize it's happening.
So you could be losing blood and have no idea.
Yes, and that's why it's crucial to pay attention to how you feel overall.
Okay.
Like if you're feeling more tired than usual, short of breath, lightheaded, those could be signs of low iron levels from hidden blood loss.
That's a good point.
It's definitely something to mention to your doctor.
Yeah. That's a good reminder to really tune into our bodies,
It is.
because sometimes we just ignore those things.
Me too.
You know, those little shifts in energy levels.
Yeah.
Okay, so our next 2 clues are appetite loss and unexplained weight loss.
Now, those are actually really common with a lot of cancers, and for a good reason.
I can see why that would be concerning.
Yeah.
So what is that connection?
Well, cancer cells are like little energy hogs.
Okay.
They disrupt your metabolism and make you feel less hungry.
Oh, I see.
And when you're not eating as much, obviously there's the weight loss connection.
So it's like noticing patterns, but trusting your gut feeling?
Yeah.
Literally.
Exactly.
What's the next piece of this puzzle?
Well, number 6 on our list is nausea and vomiting.
Okay.
It's not very pleasant,
No.
but the reason behind it is really interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Because a tumor can actually create a blockage in your intestines, which leads to a buildup of waste and toxins.
Okay.
And so your body tries to get rid of those harmful substances.
It's fighting back.
Yeah, and that can trigger nausea and vomiting.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely wouldn't want to experience that, though.
No.
Okay, on to number 7. Diarrhea.
Okay.
This seems so easy to write off as just like a stomach bug.
It is, but this is where context is everything.
Okay.
If it's persistent, especially if it goes along with some of the other signs on this list,
Okay.
then it's definitely a signal to pay attention to.
Right, like putting together a puzzle.
Right.
All right. And then number 8 is abdominal pain.
Yeah, and this isn't your average stomach ache.
No, definitely not.
It's caused by gas and waste buildup because a tumor is obstructing your intestines. It can be anything from mild cramps to serious pain that might require emergency care.
That's definitely a sign you don't want to ignore.
No.
What's next on our detective's checklist?
Number 9 is chronic fatigue.
Okay.
And I know we all get tired from time to time, especially with our busy lives. But the fatigue we see with colon cancer is different.
Okay.
In fact, the video says that 80% of colorectal cancer patients experience fatigue,
Wow.
and 30% have it chronically.
That's a huge number.
It is. So how do you tell the difference?
Yeah, how can you tell if it's normal fatigue or the kind that we need to be worried about?
It often comes down to the severity and how long it lasts.
Okay.
If you're exhausted all the time, no matter how much sleep you get,
Right.
then it's worth talking to your doctor about.
Okay.
They're really your partner in this.
Absolutely. It's all about communication,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the final clue?
Well, the 10th and final clue is pelvic pain.
Okay.
And this one is a bit different because it's not usually an early symptom. It often means that the cancer might have spread from the intestines to the pelvic area.
That's definitely serious.
Yeah, so if you've been having intestinal issues and then you suddenly get pelvic pain,
Right.
it's important to get medical attention right away.
Wow, time really is of the essence in those situations.
Yeah.
It's like, we've got all the clues, but now we have to figure out what they all mean.
Exactly.
So what's the next step in our investigation?
Well, that's a great question, and it's one that we're going to answer in the next part of our deep dive.
Okay.
We'll talk about screenings, lifestyle factors, and how to really advocate for your own health.
All right, stay tuned, everybody. The deep dive continues. All right, so detectives, we're back.
We are.
And we've just uncovered 10 pretty crucial clues to watch out for when it comes to colon cancer. But knowing those warning signs is only half the battle, right?
Right. Now that we've got our detective toolkit
Okay.
equipped with all those signs, it's time to take action.
I like it.
And one of the most powerful tools that we have are screenings.
Okay, screenings, I've heard that term thrown around.
Yeah.
What are they and why are they so important?
Think of screenings like a routine checkup for your colon.
Okay.
You know, like taking your car to the mechanic just to make sure everything's running smoothly.
Okay.
These tests can actually find precancerous polyps
Oh, wow.
or early stage cancer, even before you have any symptoms.
So it's like catching those sneaky cancer cells red-handed
Exactly.
before they can cause any real trouble.
Exactly. And the earlier that we catch them, the easier they are to treat.
That makes total sense. So what kind of screenings are out there?
There are a few different options, and your doctor can help you figure out,
Okay.
you know, which one is right for you based on your age, your family history, other risk factors. You've probably heard of a colonoscopy,
Yeah.
where they use a thin, flexible tube with a camera to look at your whole colon.
Yeah, but honestly, they sound kind of scary.
I understand, but technology has advanced so much.
Okay.
There are some less invasive options now. Like, for example, there are stool-based tests
Oh, wow.
that you can do in the comfort of your own home.
That sounds so much better.
Yeah.
So how often should people get screened?
That's a great question, and in general, they say you should start getting screened at 45
Okay.
for people who are at average risk. But again,
Right.
your doctor will help you personalize a screening schedule.
Gotcha. So screenings are obviously a crucial part of our preventative strategy.
Yeah,
But are there other things that we can do to lower our risk?
absolutely. Lifestyle choices play a huge role.
Like what?
Diet, exercise, not smoking.
Okay. Break that down for me. What kind of diet is best for our colon health?
A diet that's really high in fruits and vegetables and whole grains is key.
Okay.
These foods are full of fiber, which helps keep everything moving smoothly in your digestive system.
Fiber. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
What about exercise? How does that fit in?
Regular physical activity has been shown to lower the risk of colon cancer. So aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercise, most days of the week.
So basically, move your body, fuel it with good stuff, and ditch the cigarettes.
Yeah, that sounds like a recipe for overall wellness.
It does. This is great info. But what if somebody listening is experiencing some of those warning signs that we talked about? What should they do?
This is where advocating for your own health comes in.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to talk to your doctor about any concerns that you have. It's their job to listen, to answer your questions, and help you figure out the next steps.
So it's really about being proactive and not being afraid to ask questions.
Exactly. No one knows your body better than you.
That's true.
So if something feels off, don't dismiss it.
Mm-hmm.
Trust your instincts and talk to your doctor.
I love that. So it's like we're putting all these pieces together, you know, knowing the warning signs, understanding screenings and lifestyle, but then also being confident enough to advocate for ourselves.
Exactly. And that's how we take control of our health and make the right decisions.
All right. Well, we've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
From those 10 key warning signs to screenings to lifestyle changes to advocating for ourselves. It's been a journey.
It has. And while we learned a lot from this YouTube video, it's important to remember that this is just the beginning.
There's more.
Oh, yeah. The world of health and medicine is always changing.
Okay.
New research is always emerging.
That's true.
So what's the next step?
Yeah. Where can people go to stay informed and up to date?
That's a great question, and it's one we're going to answer in the last part of our deep dive.
All right.
We'll look at some trusted resources, talk about how important ongoing research is, and we'll even leave you with some thought-provoking questions to think about as you keep going on your journey to good health.
All right, stay tuned, everyone. The deep dive continues. All right, so welcome back, health detectives.
We're back.
We've been on the case,
We have.
learning about colon cancer, the warning signs, the screenings, and how to really become an advocate for your own health.
Exactly.
But now, in this final part of our deep dive, we're going to equip you with all the resources you need to kind of keep going on this journey beyond our conversation today.
Yeah, because when it comes to our health, staying informed is so important.
It really is. So where can our listeners go to stay up to date on colon cancer or really any other important health topic?
There are some really fantastic online resources out there, like reputable organizations, the American Cancer Society, the National Cancer Institute. They offer a ton of information on everything from prevention and early detection to treatment options and even support resources.
Those sound like great places to start. Are there any other ways that you recommend for people to stay informed?
Absolutely. And don't underestimate the power of your own healthcare provider.
Right.
They are your ally in this, so don't hesitate to ask them questions. Discuss your concerns, advocate for what you need. That open communication is key to a good doctor-patient relationship.
It really is, like building that partnership with your doctor.
Yeah.
And not being afraid to, ask for clarification or ask questions.
Exactly. And remember that the world of health and medicine is constantly changing.
Yeah.
There's always new research coming out,
Right.
which leads to all these advancements in prevention and detection and treatment.
So we got to stay curious, right?
You do, following reputable medical journals, going to health conferences, even just having conversations about health and well-being can help keep you in the loop.
Yeah, it's like we're all lifelong students when it comes to our health.
I love that. And speaking of learning,
Yeah.
as we wrap up our deep dive, I want to leave you with a couple thought-provoking questions.
Okay, hit me.
Think about how you can use what you've learned about colon cancer to help educate others. Like your family, your friends, your community. Sharing knowledge is so powerful.
It is, yeah. Spreading that awareness. He can have like a domino effect.
Totally.
Where other people also feel empowered to take charge of their health.
Exactly. And here's another one. Beyond just the physical aspects of health, how do mental and emotional well-being play a role in this?
Yeah, that's such an important piece of the puzzle that sometimes we forget about.
We do.
Stress, anxiety, just having a good support system.
Yeah.
Those things can all have such a huge impact on our overall health.
Absolutely. So as you keep learning about colon cancer and other health concerns, remember to nurture your whole self.
Love it.
Mind, body, and spirit.
All right, well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the early warning signs of colon cancer.
I hope you found this exploration informative and empowering. Maybe even a little inspiring.
Yeah.
And remember, knowledge is power, and early detection can really make all the difference.
Absolutely. So we encourage you to continue this journey of learning.
Yeah.
Be proactive. And never underestimate the power of advocating for yourself.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.
Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay well.